All right, so who doesn't love a good story? So I got about three parts to this video, and two of them have to deal with this 2022 bald eagle. I got this one for free, and I'm going to explain it to you how I did that. Now, last week, my local coin store called me up and he said, "Hey, I'm in a pinch, I'm in a bind. Didn't have a whole lot of gold inventory in stock." And I was reluctant to do so, but he needed some gold buffaloes, so I said, "Sure, that's fine. I will oblige." And he needed one in particular from me, and and I asked in return, "Hey, as long as I get a one with no charge, no cost, or anything like that, then sure, I will do so. I will definitely bring you one in, and you can go ahead and close your deal." And in return, he gave me this 2022 bald eagle right here as a gift. And well, as you can see, I did get my 2022 gold buffalo in return, and I traded out a 2015 for that. So that was a win-win for me, and I didn't mind doing so. He scratches my back, I scratch his back. It's one of those things. And I ended up once he got those in, I said, "Hey, did you get any more in?" And so I grabbed number 19 for me, which is another 2022 gold buffalo. So that makes four in the 2022s that I got in. And if you've watched me in the past, you know that I like the even years, and this just made sense to me in a little significant way. So that makes number 19 as far as gold buffaloes. The tube is starting to look full, and we got one more to go. So the second part of this video that I wanted to discuss was what is going on with gold, silver, and what the heck is going on. So if you haven't been paying attention, and I've been mentioning this for a few months now, but the correlation didn't matter because, and 2 is 1 talked about this on his channel very eloquently as far as what is taking place. And I agree. And if you have been paying attention, then there was a Russia bump. That is starting to ease off, as you can tell, in gold and silver. And I'm going to show you the silver chart first. Right now, it has broken through support, as you can see, which is, you can't really get it at a good price. So it's really not a great buy, even though it has broken through support. And that's telling me that it's probably going to go further down. And then you have gold, which is sitting at support, which is very interesting. And the strange thing about this is we all know that silver falls or goes up fast, and gold, well, it's steady as she goes. And that's why, I really don't play the GSR. I play the premium price, because even with the GSR, if you trade in your silver still, it's in the 60s if you do it right. So stacking just because of the paper GSR doesn't really make a lot of sense for me either. So I'm still loading up on gold any chance I get. And the reason for that is check out the DXY, the dollar index. Now, ever since August of last year, it's been on a bull run. And the strange thing about that is gold and silver really hasn't been that affected by it. And why is the DXY going up? It's pretty simple to understand what it is, and that is interest rates. The Fed came out last week extremely hawkish, saying that no matter what's taking place, they're going to raise interest rates, which I agree. It needs to happen. It needs to, you have to get ahead of this inflation, but they're not going fast enough, right? We all know that. They're easing in there and they're trying to come in for a soft landing, as they say. But I just don't see that. Now, the strange thing that I think you should pay attention to is next month's numbers when they come out. And if inflation is flat, right, if it's still at like 8.5% where it's at, or if it goes lower, you're going to see another pullback as far as your precious metals, because really the only thing that's been holding up is the Russia situation, and plus the inflation numbers each and every month. We always get a bump as soon as those numbers come out. So I'm curious to see what happens next month. So the next part of this video is going to be about miners, and this portion of the video is sponsored, and it is sponsored by Blue Lagoon. I did a profile of them last year, and we're going to take a look at what has taken place over this year. Now, This year it has it has gone way up. It's up 60% for the year, which is that's just astonishing, to be honest with you. That's crypto numbers if you understand what I'm talking about. Let's look at the charts. Let's get into it, and we'll give you some entry points, some exit points, and you can go from there. And then I'll go over some of their financials after that. All right, so here we are, guys. This is Blue Lagoon Resources. This is, or you can search it by BLAGF, as indicated right here. Now, I like to use the daily chart, and this gives me a telltale without zooming too far out and without zooming too far in. So I'm going to give you a few indicators that I like to look at before I like to invest in certain companies. Number one, I do like to look at the technicals first and foremost. Number two, I like to look at their financials, and I'll get to that in a bit. So if we zoom out just a little bit more, just to get a little bit of a sense of what is taking place. So right here, which is where it is trading at right now, you see a lot of support and a lot of resistance. Now, I would say right now is a very critical time. It needs to hold right here where it's at. So if it doesn't hold this right here, there's a good chance that it's going to slide back down here into the 36-cent range, which is cheaper buying opportunity, right? That's what it's all about, is getting the most bang for your buck. But the thing about it is you look at this big volume spike right here. So that what that's telling me is there's interested buyers in the market. Now, every time that there is a nice volume spike, you do get a little bit of a run, except for right here, you got the opposite. All right, so that is one of the indicators you want to look at. It does not mean that it's going to go straight up. It's just one of the things that you need to look at. So if it breaks this resistance level right here, or this support level, there's a good chance it's going to go down in this range, right in here. And that would be a great buying opportunity right now. But if it holds this, if you get another pump up and then another down right here, and it holds again, that means it's going to run, in my opinion. Okay, but it has to get above right here, which is around 58 cents. And you see it got rejected right here at the 58-cent level. So that is what I'm looking at as far as before I get in on a specific stock. Now, the one good thing about this company is they are actually producing now, which is the most important thing that a junior miner can do, is produce, not just drill results, but actually producing their mine. All right, that's critical in a junior miner, and they are actually doing that. So I don't see a return down to these levels, but I can foresee, just looking at the charts, possibly coming down to this level. But as long as gold continues to go up or hold its value right now, I don't foresee that taking place either. But like I said, this next coming week is going to be a telltale of where this stock is going to go. All right, so let's get into some of the financials and some of the other information that might be pertinent to you as far as concerns that you may have. Now, first and foremost, the president and CEO, Mr. Ronavig, he bought 100,000 shares, which could have been that massive volume spike that you saw in March, according to the charts. He added another 100,000 shares to his portfolio, which now holds over 3.4 million shares. So this is not a pump and dump. This is him investing more of his money, his personal money, into the company because he believes it's a solid choice, which I kind of agree. It is and it has done extremely well. Charts don't lie. It's up over 60% for this year alone. Now, on March 22nd of 2022, the company announced the closing of a flow-through financing of over 5.7 million, thereby boosting its treasury to nearly 9 million. So that is impressive. Okay, that means that they're not running negative. They're not running debt, and that is critical. That is something that that makes junior miners so attractive, is when they hold zero debt and they're actually banking Now, another important, phase that is taking place is, and it's also making it more and more attractive by the day, is in during the first quarter of 2022, there was a filing of a new technical report on the company's Dome Mountain Gold Project, entitled "Mineral Resource Estimate for the Dome Mountain Gold Project." It's a new resource. It's another way. It's another revenue stream that's going to bring in more capital to this project, and it's just making it even more and more attractive. And if you have not gotten in on Blue Lagoon, it is doing well. It's like I said, it's not a pump and dump. The CEO is actually holding a lot of shares, which leads me to believe that it does have some room to go, as long as it holds at the support levels where it's at right now. Remember, check out those technicals. Find your entry and exit points if you are looking for short term gains, because this one has done well. And also keep an eye on next month's inflation numbers in May. It could be a trigger point for some more gains down the road, because I don't think that you have seen anything as far as what gold and silver are going to do until next year, once the Fed decides if they have raised rates high enough. I think that next year is going to be explosive for gold and for silver. So I look at this as an accumulation point as far as gold, silver, and miners. And that's what I'm looking at. And guys, I just hope you have an open mind. All right. That's going to do it for today. Keep grinding on your stack.